Okay, this morning I woke up to an email from a guy that was asking me about the match area and the inside zone, and that would be, of course, the center right on the edge of it, the play side guard, or in my case, I call it the backside guard. Anyway, the center of the guard, the tackle, the tight end, whoever, where we just wanted to keep the defense from collapsing on us, right? And he asked me about different. He asked me actually about a jet tackle versus a jet end. And to me, a tackle uncovered versus a jet end, of course, he's in red light. And just to get the specifics of it, I'll just talk about the tackle, okay, versus that jet, right? And in the match area, now I call it the dig area, but in the match area, where we want to not cross that defensive end's midline. Okay, we don't want to give up. We have leverage. The ball's being run in here somewhere over the center, hopefully, or even over the backside guard. Uh, we have plenty of leverage on this end. Okay, he really should be able to hurt us, and we should be able to just go turn and get him. But the problem is when you turn and get him, he might cop out, and a free technique is looping out and hits you in the back, or he might twist, and again, the three technique picks you, and you're blocking nobody. So a long time ago, we decided that red light stay square to air, and we're going to shuffle at least two steps. Okay, if the man is red light, I can't touch him unless I move to him. That's what it means. Red light means I can't touch anybody, and no one can touch me. They're too far away from me. Okay, and generally speaking, a wide three technique, even though I can touch him, I still say, okay, I'm in red light because I'm moving in that direction. Okay, and we want to move. We don't want to just turn because as soon as we turn, the guy collapses us or he stones us, he stuffs us. Okay, so we want to stay square to air, and there's a couple of reasons for that. But square to air, if he does loop, I can rewind and shut that three off. Okay, chip him. Okay, if he cops, same thing. I can rewind and grab, dig that three, take him off the guard. The guard might be able to get up on the cop end. Okay, in other words, they're running some kind of a middle cross or something like that. This end he cops out, and he's going to become the linebacker. The three technique is widening. Well, he cops out. Let's grab that three technique. Okay, and of course, staying square to air. If I'm square to air and this man long sticks across my face, it's easy enough for me to get back, go in and grab something, and look for linebackers. Okay, I always want to keep an open leg to my C side, open leg to my C side. One thing that I probably would do now. Okay, when we were at Boston College, we had a lot of good offensive linemen, a lot of good. I wasn't one of them, but we had a lot of good players, and many of them went on to play on Sunday. One guy that didn't go on to play on Sunday, but was still a pretty good player, was a guy named Jack McGee. He was a knees out guy like me, but what he did, he really concentrated on trying to internally rotate, okay, by making his heels go out in the stance. Now look at me, I'm kind of internal rotating and my knees are going in, which is good in a stance. It's a real good idea. Okay. When I'm trying to flip somebody, I'd rather be like this in the big tree. But in a stance, it's not going to hurt me that much as long as I don't slip. And a 2-point stance is not going to hurt me at all to McGee my feet. Okay. I have very bad internal rotation. I'm better in my surgical hip than I am in my other hip, which needs surgery. But I have a problem. I can squat pretty low on the surgical hip, but when I take and I'm square to air with an open leg, okay, I like to keep that toe pointed that way. But I wouldn't mind McGeeing, okay, and shuffling like so, okay, McGeeing that foot gives me a chance to shuffle. I like to keep that open leg externally rotated just because I'm already deep. I don't see there be a problem keeping them both internally rotated or McGee'd and doing that. It would certainly save you a little bit of time. The only thing is, I like to have that thing open so that I'm square, but I'm not really square. Okay, I'm halfway gone. That's my guy. That's probably the guy I'm going to block. And what we say is stay square to air until you can win. Okay, so as I approach this defensive end, okay, I've got that hand up and I'm shuffling to him. As soon as I'm sure, if he comes across, I'm going to trap him and plow him to the sideline. I might even throw him up the field, okay, which I don't really like throwing, but I can take a picture of what's going on, maybe a corner or safety film. When I disengage, it's tough. The only thing is, I would say, think about it. I would rather tear him, and we get more tears, okay, as we're shuffling, we'll get more tears from a two gap player. We want a guy, if he's two gapping us, of course, we don't really want to get hit in the chest, okay? We, we could shoulder roll, okay, protect our chest, and grab him and tear him out, okay? And of course, we already talked about if he cops or loops, what we're going to do, we're going to rewind. So to me, that doesn't hurt you, okay, for the shuffle, and I can certainly get back into it and rewind. I'm going to rewind. I'm not going to get three shuffles on an inside zone. It's not going to happen. If it's outside zone, C gap, and I'm going to tackle, I might shuffle him right to the sideline. Depends on how he's playing. Okay, and C gap zone, what we said was, if he cops or loops, shut it off. Okay, shut it off. So square to air, you can McGee that foot. Jack McGee, pretty good player, Boston College, red hair, beard, good looking dude, good player. Okay, keep an open leg, keep that hand up. Okay, so you don't get jumped. Think about the shoulder roll, square and tear, square and plow, rewind and shut it off. You're in business. That's all I got for you today. See ya.